Yo, what's up guys? We're back with another episode in Big's garage. What are we doing today? So we need to do some drift prep on the G. There's a couple things I'd like to do. One thing that's required by the track is we have to take out the coolant and put water in it. This is exceptionally annoying because I have to do this every single year. So just for me to store my car in the winter, I have to put coolant in it. Second the drift season starts, I have to yank the coolant back out, put water back in it. Super big waste of coolant, but whatever, it's a track rule and we follow the rules. Another thing I want to do is put the auto Hans on the back like I had mentioned before because they have fresh rubbers on them. We need to change the oil, and then we also need to do the lower control arm in the front because that one bushing is super cooked. So that's what we got going on today. As of right now, we're just waiting for this battery to charge. Go figure, it's out all winter. But once that's charged, I can drive this thing up on its spacers or whatever, like the little... I gotta put some shit underneath the wheel and drive up on it so I can even get the jack under it because it's so low. But I'm gonna wait for the battery to charge and then I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It's always a bonus when you absolutely love the way your car looks. Front end's a little like design wise of the car, but ass end wise looks nice. You know we gotta take it for a little rip before we start ripping it apart. Just as fun as I remembered. Seat's a little tight. I don't know if my ass got a little bigger or what, but she was a little snug on the side, but I also am wearing a sweatshirt and a coat, and when I drift, I don't usually wear that, so. I also forgot about the taillight situation. So, when I have my lights on, my running lights aren't on. So that's obviously a problem, but I don't really night drive the car. So it's kind of like, well, I don't night drive it now because the fucking taillights don't work, which really sucks for night drifting, which isn't really a big deal when you're going to and from the drift events because they're during the day, but still sucks. It's got to be a ground somewhere or something. I feel like it started happening after me and Kenny painted my trunk. So it's like, did we disconnect something back there? Is it a wiring harness or like, what's the scoop? I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to look into it. Honestly, I want to Google it, see if there's just like a common problem. Someone's like, yeah, check this ground. Because I did Google that one time and it was like, yeah, check this fuse. And I did, and the fuse was blown. Put a new fuse in it, turned the car on, blew the fuse instantly again. So there's something happening in the running light wiring harness. I don't really know how to say it, but you guys, I feel like, understand what I'm trying to say. So yeah, gotta look into that. But let me dig out my little riser thingies and get the front end of the car up. So we're underneath the car. I couldn't really remember which side was bad. So we're kind of just taking a peek. And that doesn't look great. It's definitely crusty. Doesn't look like it's gonna make me crash and die though. I know that that's a bad way to look at it, but that's how we're looking at it right now. I do remember one of these being bad though, so I'm assuming it's this side. We're about to find out. Honestly, that one doesn't look so bad either. One of these was super bad, I thought, last year. It was kind of tripping me out. But doesn't really look bad. Maybe I'll pull this tire off and I'll do a better inspection on it. But honestly, as of right now, it doesn't really look like I need to change it. But I know that one of these is bad, dude. I literally know one of these is bad. Let me see if I can get my other arm under here, maybe.
Trying to still show you guys what the hell's going on, and the light's just not cooperating. Yeah, right, Big White? I'm just trying to turn that with my hand, but that's literally never gonna happen. But honestly, dude, everything looks fine. Maybe it's the backside that looked really bad. Maybe we take a peek at the backside. I don't know, I'll get back to you guys with a little update on whether I feel like I need to waste my time doing this or not. I don't know, boys. I don't hear no clunking or anything up there. I actually don't even remember why I thought the boot was bad. I think I just remember seeing it at some point. Maybe I actually had the lower part of the strut out and you could actually see it and it probably didn't look too hot. I don't know. Doesn't clunk. Doesn't affect me drifting. And I kind of want to buy all new stuff for that anyways at some point. Like, as of right now, I found there's a kit on eBay. It's about like $300 and it replaces 2 of the arms in the back and the control arm back there. So that's really something I want to do. One of the arms replaces the spring pocket, so then that means you would need to upgrade to true coils, but I could just kind of set that arm to the side for now and then still have adjustment back here. But to be fair, having adjustment on the spring pocket arm is also kind of huge. I can't remember if it's, I think the spring pocket arm is camber, it's not toe. So I don't know exactly. I could be wrong on that. But I just know there's multiple arms back there. One of them I won't be able to use until I upgrade my coils. We're kind of rambling now because I'm not exactly sure what to do. I don't really think I need to change the control arm, but I do need to change the oil still. I do need to still change the back wheels. So this video isn't a fail yet. I say yet because who knows, we might not. Like, maybe I'll try to dig into this taillight thing. Just try to look up a wiring harness diagram. I don't know, I don't want to promise too much. I could just be, again, still just rambling at this point, but let's just figure it out. Okay, so since we took our attention off the control arm and we literally don't give a fuck about the control arm anymore, I kind of switched my attention over to the wiring harness for the taillights because I figured it really can't be that hard. Like, it's got to be a ground issue somewhere. So pretty much I'm digging around on forums, and what I'm seeing on a couple of these is this guy saying the wiring harness that runs along the trunk hinge on the passenger side, which would be over here, sometimes can have broken wires inside of it and they rub, which then, you know, obviously, because this guy up here is saying the same exact thing as me. Let's break her down. He says, I put a new taillight fuse in my car and turn the running lights on, and it blows my fuse instantaneously. Hi, I'm Biggs. I have the same fucking problem. So obviously we're gonna start here. He was talking about this. I found this in the trunk right away. The one guy was talking about the wiring harness for the trunk over there. So we're gonna look into that. Then there was another guy talking about how his ground wires to his side markers, something with the ground wires were touching on there, and it was causing a short. Well, I just found this ground right here. The nut was just super rusty, and that looks like it goes down, like it branches off of a wiring harness that goes to my side markers. Do I think that's it? No, but we're gonna check. We're just gonna go through and check some grounds, and hopefully we nail the fucking nail right on the head. So, because I would love to go street drifting with you guys, and I'm sure you guys would love that as well. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of digging around in wires and stuff. Really hoping to find the solution to the problem, and then I can get back to you guys and not bore you with me chasing wires through this POS. No, I'm just kidding. I love you. Not for real though. This thing's a piece of shit. Bruh. Boys. Let me just... No way did that just happen. We were literally screwing in this ground down here again after I just took it off and cleaned it. It barely got snug. Like barely snug. Boys, we're using a hard fucking 3/8 impact right here. This thing couldn't fucking tighten nothing. It just gets it snug and that's it. She gets her down there and just boop, snaps the head off. What do we do now? Oh, Lord. That did not just happen. Talk to me, boys. Look at me. Tell me that didn't just happen. Like, I guess we could put it like here or something on the intake. This is fucked. Fucked. Okay, boys. I think we fixed the problem. Ground used to be right here. We just moved it over here. After fixing that over there, I went ahead, and I've already done this before, but I didn't mess with any grounds before I did it. This is the other fuse box location. Go to here, left side, 5 down. It says tail lamp. So we are going to pull the 5th fuse down, which is going to be a 10 amp fuse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Biggie never even put the fucker back in. He's like, dude, it doesn't work. Stop trying it. That was my old me. Let's stand this up. We got extra fuses here. I went ahead and already got these from O'Reilly's because I knew that this problem was happening to me, so I was kind of just like, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy some. Since every time I put one in, it fucking pops. So, we got our fuse here. 10 up, not that it even matters, I don't think. Slide that bad doggy back in there. And let's just go hit our lights and see what we get. We also got this back on here because, yeah, like I was mentioning, I don't know if I did say it in the beginning because I might have redid my intro, but this battery's cooked. So let's turn these tail lights on and see if we get anything. See if we cook with fire. No, I literally heard it pop. Like, no bullshit, boys. I heard it pop that fast. Let's go grab it. Oh, yeah. Ay. This is rough, boys. And I don't know if it'll zoom in on this at all. But it pops the fuse. Instantly. Literally instantly. Poop! This pops it. So something's definitely going on in the wiring harness. We didn't rip apart that boot in the back here like that one guy said to. So I'm gonna go ahead and check that quick. I'm gonna just cut this back and see if there's any bad wires in here, because that was one thing that somebody had mentioned, and it doesn't seem like something too hard to do, so give her a shot. Alright, so I figured I'd throw this around my neck, POV status. Maybe we find something, maybe we don't. We are going to just go ahead and cut into this boot. I tried to use this and it didn't work, and then I seen my POV thing on the table and I'm like, fuck it, let's just grab it and do it. So, like I said, we're just gonna... I'm not very happy about cutting into this boot, but if we find something, then it's not a big deal. What do we got? What do we got? No shot, boys. Look at here. Look at here. Broken wires. How many? 2. 2 broken wires in here. You think that's it? I mean, it's not very big. What is this one? That one's pretty rough. Okay. So that was a cool find. Let's, I guess I'll have to disconnect my battery. Kind of seems like the smartest choice. Oh yeah, that's fucking split right in half, boys. I don't even know. I was leaned over so far, I don't even know if you guys just seen any of that. Just in case, let me recap. Here we found a broken wire, and here we found a broken wire. This one is literally so broke, yeah, that it just did that. So, honestly, let's get these fixed up, throw a new fuse in there, and just hope to God that that's what it is, boys. Because, oh my lord, that would be so cool. But let me get this battery disconnected. Oh All right, so we got our box of goodies here. Let's go to this table. I do believe I'm gonna end up just using one of these solder like connectors. These aren't bad. I actually really like these. You can heat shrink down the ends, smush the middles, and it works really good. Otherwise, we could just leave raw wire and actually slide over heat shrink, but like, I think these will do us just good. But what I actually need to locate is my strippers. We found the stripper! Ow, ow! Down, 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 down. Yeah, Biggie's a fucking goofball sometimes, I know. Anyways, we have got our strippers. I don't know why they weren't in my little red box like they should have been. But my lordy, these are some very, very small wires. So, honestly, doesn't really surprise me that they've broken. Wow, even the smallest the smallest stripper I had didn't even want to get it, but it got it. So like I said, I'm gonna just peel these back, fix it up, and honestly, I can just stop boring you guys with this right now and just get back to you guys when I have the two connectors on, because we're stripped on both ends, and let's get them hooked back up. Okay boys, so one of them was a little short, so I ended up like taking a little piece of wire like this, cut it, stripped it, cut it, stripped it, twisted them together, folded it over, slid heat shrink over it, and I heated it up. That's what one of them looks like. And then the other one, I went ahead and I used something like this, which is, I mean, super easy. Slide it over one side, twist it, slide it over the other, heat, smush, solder, good to go. So I did that and I wrapped it all back up. Why I didn't show you guys that before I wrapped it back up. Let me take this off. I don't know. But it's already wrapped up and I'm not unwrapping it. So we got that. That's good to go. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna head back up here. The 10 amp fuse is already out. So what we're gonna do now is look for our little case of fuses that I just had cut. Found them. Never lost them. Anyways, okay. So I'm gonna take one of these, and we are just gonna stick this back on down in here and pray to the Holy Lord himself that that does not pop when we turn our taillights on. So, like I said last time, you could hear it. Oh, geez, boys. I disconnected my battery. I'm all over the place today. Forgive me. I don't like that it's sparking the second I put it on. And it seems like I have a draw now. Like my battery's dying by itself. So that's great. But anyways, let's go turn this light on and see if I hear a pop. I totally heard the pop still. 100%. No taillights. That really sucks. That makes me not happy at all. I was really hoping that I could add this part to the video and we could be like, yay! Because as of right now, I've done nothing. What's up, you guys? I know this is kind of random because I actually don't even remember how I ended the video off. But I know that I was chasing my taillight issue, and I actually still am chasing my taillight issue. So this is the current situation of the car. I got everything tore up. Absolutely just tore my car apart. Nothing seems wrong back here. I thought to myself, maybe it's my radio, like, because me and my cousin Josh put my radio in. I'm like, maybe I did something with the ground, like, what is going on? And then I found my relay was unplugged in here. So I'm like, dude, I pulled the radio fuse, turned all the lights on, it still pops the fuse. I'm not sure. We're through this many fuses now. trying to problem solve it. So pretty much what it comes down to here now, let me snap my thing on, is I had found a little something under here. So what we're looking at right here, let me actually take this back off so you guys can get close. I don't know if you can see this, but the wire is exposed. And a lot of the guys online are saying that if anything's wrong with these, it can go ahead and pop the fuse right away. So what I'm gonna do is button that up, and we'll go ahead and throw a new fuse in and try again, because my head hurts.
Alright, you guys, so this video has been absolutely ridiculous. It has been a wild goose chase. I know it doesn't really make sense. It started off with me blabbing about how I wanted to change my control arms, and I literally didn't end up doing that. I'm going to just hold off on that. I already mentioned that, but I do want to buy front end kit for this, and then I want to buy rear end shit for this, so it's like, whatever. If it doesn't break, I'll bring the spare control arms with me to the drift track. If it doesn't break, good day for Biggie. Anyways, so fighting with the taillight issue, man, that has just been insane. So a couple discoveries though. I looked online, everybody's saying that if your taillights don't work, it's this harness right here, gets shut, blah, 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 blah. Yes, that did happen to me. Everybody else will be like, oh, well, it's down here, it's this wire, your tire rubs it, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So did both of those things happen to me? Absolutely. It would have happened to me, like the one in the front here would have actually been a problem for me in the near future because it was starting to rub through. And the one in the back actually was broken. I don't know how my trunk latch was working in the first place. So moral of this story is I went through, let me grab my garbage here. This many fuses. That's how many fuses I blew. That is what you see right there. It was a whole box of fuses. 10 amps. Besides one. The last fuse. The last cookie in the whole box. So I told my cousin that because my cousin wasn't here when I did the radio. He came down today to help me with all this shit. So we're going through all the steps. We're going through all this stuff. He's checking grounds and stuff. We're looking at wiring diagrams. We're getting absolutely nowhere. Well, the other day I had pulled the radio fuse and the taillights worked for like 15 seconds and then they popped off. Long enough, I pulled my phone out, I'm like, oh my god, they're working, blah, blah, blah. Poof, they popped right off. Go figure. That's just my luck. So, it was just like kind of on my mind that happened, but I'm like, no, that can't be it because I put another fuse in and it popped again right away, so I'm like, dude, my radio has nothing to do with it. Well, come to find out, I watched this YouTube video, me and my buddy Tyler, the Subaru guy, we had put my radio in, and when we put the radio in, there's like this orange wire inside all my wiring and stuff, and it apparently goes to like, I think the guy said like dimmer lights or something, like I can't remember specifically, but that's where we spliced it in, and like I just had remembered us doing that. Holy fuck, pulling out my radio is just a chore on its own. Like look at all this shit, boys. It's absolutely ridiculous. I got just shambles going on in here. So, I did not want to pull my fucking radio back up. But I did. We cut that wire. We're on the last fuse. Very last fuse in the box. We stick it in. Turn the lights on. Fucking lights come on. So, that problem is solved. Apparently, it had something to do with where we hooked up the power for my radio. And I obviously haven't had brake lights for, well, running tail lights for probably almost a year, and I had absolutely no idea. I don't know how no one else has ever flashed their high beams at me or anything, but yeah, so now me and Josh have to tinker a little bit more and try to find a power wire for my radio. Whatever, kind of small potatoes compared to not having brake lights for a year. So we're gonna go ahead and try to find something to do with my radio so we can find a power wire and shit, and then hopefully that all goes good so then I can give you guys a good positive note on the outro. But so we're gonna try to find a wire for that, and then I'll get back to you guys, and then we'll probably head out of here, but we'll see. All right, what a long investigation / work period on the G.
So what we're gonna do is rob power from my yaw sensor delete switch. If you're an OG viewer, you guys will remember that. We knew there was power here, so we hooked it up, turned everything on, turned the key, didn't blow any fuses, radio turns on, taillights still work. Happy Biggs. So Josh right now is just finishing up the wiring in there. We have the corner light wires strapped up here, so that way they don't get hurt or nothing. I rewrapped that one white. I don't know why I can't talk right now. And I'm gonna grab the auto Hans and I'm gonna throw the auto Hans on. I said before that I'll probably pinch it off, but you guys gotta see it with the auto Hans on, right? Come on. So we're just gonna finish buttoning up the radio shit, and I guess I'll throw those on while Josh is working, because I guess I don't really have anything to do right now. So, but I just wanted to give you guys an update, happy update too. So let's get to her. We got the brand new grippies on. What do we got? Acceleras, 225/40. Straight off the fucking rack. TY, best friend Ricky Poppy baby. Ow, no. Look at that shit, boys. Beautiful. Alright guys, we're back again. It's the next day. She's all buttoned up, everything's put back together. Like I had mentioned just a little bit ago, I just actually finished changing the oil today. I didn't get to that yesterday. So all I need to do is the coolant, and I'm not gonna do that until like 2 days before the drift event, because I mean it's Wisconsin and it still gets cold. So I mean, you know what I'm saying. But we are ready for the drift event, and actually, right before I go, I'd like to say thank you to my 3 sponsors that I have right now. So one is Ryan's Lawn Care, big shout out to him, Coppertown Bar and Grill, and Creative Apparel on Main Street. Those 3 people supported me so far this year in my drift adventures. I love that. That extra money makes it way more easy for me to go do the events. Doesn't cover nearly enough costs, but it helps so much. Just any little bit helps. So honestly, and liking, commenting, and subscribing also helps. So yeah, with that being said, you guys have a nice night, and hopefully I see you on the 26th.